welcome back. I've started feeling like maybe I should do a general intro in the beginning of my videos, like, hi, I'm Mercedes, welcome back. It doesn't really feel like me to do that, but I see so many other people doing it and it seems like much more natural when other people do it. But in case anyone is sort of, finding me for the first time, welcome. My name is Mercedes and today I'm here to share with you my current beauty and lifestyle wish list. I haven't done a wish list video in a while. They're so fun to do. I do have a playlist of the previous ones that I've done over the last year and a half or so, so I will have that linked for you somewhere. Given that I've been going through a big sort of reevaluation in terms of consumption and the beauty industry, and especially the green or eco beauty industry, a lot of my desires for items have been squashed or just reevaluated. But this wish list is actually light on the beauty, heavy on the fashion. I'm excited to do it because I think I will get some good suggestions and feedback from you guys so we can kind of be in partnership, in a dialectic. I've gotten so many good recommendations from you and I really appreciate having such an engaged community here. Do you see my new peace lily in the background? I just got her last weekend. I am historically very bad with plants. I'm really trying to get better, but my sister actually recommended peace lilies as being sort of a very low maintenance house plant. I actually initially got it for my office at work. I think I'm gonna get another one for my office at work. I liked it so much that I decided I wanted to keep it at home. I named her Bella. It just kind of sprung to me as I was walking by her one day. I don't like the planter that it's in. I want to get a terracotta planter, but that also seems very advanced to me, changing out the soil. I know it's not, it's just foreign to me, so let's talk about my wish list, I guess. Although more house plants and plants in general and plant care knowledge and how-to is on my wish list, I guess. Okay, so the first beauty item on my wish list is a product I did not know existed, but it's been on my mind since I was at Everlane last month. People were mentioning the Suntegrity Self Tanner. Now, I am a big Suntegrity fan. I love their face sunscreens, and I didn't know they did a self tanner. I've been using EcoTan for the last couple of years and I'm quite happy with it, but I'm very curious to try the Suntegrity Self Tanner. There were multiple people in Everlane raving about it. They were actually out of stock there. And I don't really know much about it except that I think it's one of these gradual tan, you could do it every other day, and it's not like doing a full self tan the way Eco Tan is sort of a process. You apply it and you have to wash it off 8 hours later. It does have kind of a self tanner smell. I do really like it, but I'm curious to try sort of another eco self tanner. Next is a soap company that I think looks just so beautiful. I also think that these would make really beautiful gifts. I've never been overly interested in bar soaps, but I really liked the concept actually of the Wild Medicine bar soaps. They were I think that I had showed them in previous videos. They're glycerin type bars of soap with crystals in them, but actually I have not purchased another one since I had that bar. And the reason why is because I actually found the crystals that are in the bar of soap to be a bit hazardous when you're getting down to the innards of the soap, if that makes sense. The piece of, I think it was calcite that was in the bar that I had, the edges were very sharp, and when I was trying to use up the bar of soap, it was if I wasn't careful, there could have been a danger scene in the bathroom, in the shower. So I have not purchased another Wild Medicine bar of soap, although I do like the concept and I think they're very beautiful. But the new bar soap brand on my radar is called Saipua. I believe that's how they pronounce it. When you see these bars of soap, they are wrapped in this most beautiful paper. There's gold embossing on the label. They come in these really beautiful sounding blends like goat milk and basil and sea salt, and they have a full display of them at Everlane, so I've gone and smelled them and interacted with them. And they're just so stunning. I mean, they're close to $20 a bar, I think, but the next time I need a bar of soap, I'm going to get a Saipua bar. I just think they're so pretty and they're on my radar to give as gifts as well. Next is a product I've mentioned like wanting several times. I feel like every time I do a Beauty Heroes review, I mention wanting this product. It's the Jillian Wright Vitamin C powder. The reason I haven't purchased it yet, several reasons. First, it's $75, which I just think is like very expensive for that kind of product. And I've talked to friends of mine that are skincare formulators, and the ingredients that are in it don't really seem to merit that price, quite honestly. Another reason I haven't gotten it yet is that I've just been very minimal with my skincare routine and not like really trying to use up what I have and not introducing too many new things. I don't have like a dedicated vitamin C product. I used to use the Michelle 17% vitamin C and it was too strong in the end for me. And there's a small amount of vitamin C in Jordan Samuel's Hydrate Serum, which is basically an empty product for me, and I don't think I will be repurchasing, at least not right away. So if I decide to add some new skincare to my life, like in the fall or something, I might decide to try that product at some point. Now, the next thing is totally like, you know, wish list. I have no real intention of investing in any of these products anytime soon because they are so expensive, but this is a wish list and I can just kind of let my dreams take me where they may. This is a skincare brand that I believe was sort of the first brands to start infusing gemstones and crystals into their products, and it's a brand that Jess from Stark Skincare actually told me about. Sajal, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I actually don't really know that much about the brand, except that they're like really expensive. I think the least expensive thing is probably $70 or $80, and it goes up to like $200 or $300 per product. It's like La Mer sort of prices or Sicily sort of prices. But I mean, they do look beautiful. They have a lot of like rave reviews, and they sort of remind me, not in terms of anything aesthetic, but in terms of their like presence and how I feel like they sort of like fly under the radar but seem to be very high quality with a lot of raves, like Infiore. That's how I've always felt about Infiore. They're sort of like an under the radar, but like they have like a sort of cult following or like a core group of people that are just huge Infiore devotees. That's how Sajal sort of seems positioned as well. I'm just primarily curious about them because it seems to very much be aligned with what I appreciate about skincare, the energy and vibes I like to go for with that kind of thing. So if any of you have any experience with this skincare brand, I would be very curious to hear if you think that it's worth investing in. I will end with a makeup item that just came to me this morning as I was organizing myself for this video. I already have and absolutely adore, like in fact I think it will definitely be in my 2017 Best of Beauty video, the Rodin lipsticks and lip liners. So currently I only have Billy on the Bike, but I have the lipstick and the lip liner, and I really love both. The lip liner is very versatile. I'm actually wearing a little bit of it today mixed with like several other things, but I just find it to be probably the nicest quality lip liner I've ever used. The item on my wish list is the nude version of the Rodin lip liner. I think it's called Mod. I think there's only 4 or 5 shades in the entire range. I'm not sure, maybe I would want the Mod lipstick as well, but it's actually the lip liner that I'm after right now. I'm almost done with Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, which I'll just review in like an empty products video, but I wouldn't repurchase that. And then I have a Red Apple lipstick lip liner that I like, but the Rodin lip liner quality is just probably the best I've ever used, like I'm saying. Okay, shall we move into some fashion and lifestyle bits? And this is going to be quite chatty. So the first thing is probably like the thing I've been thinking about the most intensely over the last like several months. And it is a Hitchcock Madrona cuff bracelet. Now, I don't know how many of you know about this boutique. It's run by a woman named Erica and her cousin Dustin, and it's a women's accessories boutique in Seattle. I'm actually going to be in Seattle in the fall, and I'm hoping to meet up with Erica in person. We're sort of like YouTube online friends, and I really want to try on one of the cuffs in person when I'm there and potentially invest. I mean, they are an investment, but they're so amazing. Erica recently did a video on her channel showing all of the different band and cuff color options. I haven't decided what I want, and I've also been vacillating a bit because I don't know if the thick version of the cuff would be too intense on me, because I don't know, like I have like relatively small wrists. I'm on the petite side, I guess. So I'm like, I want to be able to rock that huge cuff, but I don't know if it would like overwhelm me. But I love the way that it looks. I love a good cuff. I just love the way that it looks on the arm. It's like a classic piece. I would have it forever. So yes. Next is something that I've been wanting for a while, and it's a Kuyana zip top tote bag. I have a Kuyana crossbody and I love it. It's like super versatile. It's like the only crossbody, well, I use 2 crossbodies pretty regularly. The Kuyana crossbody that I have is in this blush color, and it's like my daytime crossbody. Sometimes I'll take it out at night too, but then I have like another little Free People black, like kind of like wallet on a chain type of crossbody. I guess like another like ultimate wish list item for me would be a Chanel wallet on a chain, but that's probably never gonna happen. But I guess you never know. I would like to just invest in like a leather tote. I have a like thick high quality canvas Filson tote, but it's like very beat up, and I got to this point where I was like, should I get another Filson tote or should I get something like more refined and elevated? And so I think I want one of the Kuyana ones. I don't really like tote bags that are like completely open on the top. Like I think, you know, everyone has the Madewell one. I like the zippered on the top aspect, and Kuyana does one that's like really beautiful. Next is a pair of Levi 501s, like super basic, but I'm already sort of, and not basic in the like basic sense, in the sort of like staple capsule sense is what I meant. I don't think Levi 501s are basic, like in the cultural sense, are they? I have had Levi's throughout the years. It's been a while since I've had any Levi's. I actually only have 3 pairs of jeans. 2 of them are Topshop and one of them is from Uniqlo. I never really wear them. My Topshops are fine, but you know, the quality is kind of like whatever. So I would like to add a pair of Levi 501s in like a skinny cut and kind of like a classic blue wash, maybe some distressing, I haven't decided yet, to my fall capsule. So I'm already sort of thinking about that. Along those lines, I have been looking for a Fisherman's sweater that is to my liking and specifications, and so far I haven't had a lot of luck. As part of my fall capsule planning, I really want a super thick, chunky, high quality Fisherman's sweater. Now, I have been scouring like online looking for one that I like. LL Bean does some. I've heard mixed things about the quality. I'm looking across women's and men's. I would like a crew neck, but then I also like the big sort of like chunky upright collar cardigan style Fisherman's sweater too, but you know, they can be hit or miss. So if any of you have Fisherman's sweater recommendations, I would take them. I know it's like a very specific thing. Next are 2 other jewelry items. I should have mentioned these up front with the cuff, but I really want a pair of classic, again, to my specifications. I'm very picky, can you tell? Gold hoop earrings. Now I, again, historically have just been like all about studs. In fact, I have not taken these Kathleen Whitaker staple and dot studs out of my ears for like a year at this point. I do have pearls that sometimes I will wear, like pearl studs, and I don't really like dangly earrings. But more recently, I've started to feel like I would like a pair of classic hoops. However, I don't want anything that's geometric or like a take on a hoop earring. No, I want like a classic hoop earring. But I don't want it to be too thin. I don't want it to be too, you know, big and like Jenny from the Block, although I kind of like that look too. And like, so the width and the size and everything, I kind of go back and forth on. So I'm inserting some pictures of styles that I like, and it's just going to be a matter of stumbling again on like the right pair. Next is I have been wanting a watch again. I went through a long phase of being like, I don't need a watch. Like, I have an iPhone. What do I need a watch for? Ever since I saw Beck, who is one of the sisters that runs the YouTube channel Cultivate Beauty blog and YouTube channel Cultivate Beauty, she had shown her mesh band Skagen watch. I think that's how you pronounce it. I believe it's a Danish company. She had shown her mesh band watch in a previous video last year, and I really liked the way it looked. However, I'm glad I didn't like impulse buy, because now I actually want a leather band watch. I would like to get a Skagen, but again, I'm very, or is it Skagen? Now I'm like probably like mispronouncing it. Yeah, I know sort of like the color of the band I want. I want it to be almost kind of like an ecru nude, very light brown color. But I want the width of the band to be like on the thicker side, and I want the face of the watch to be kind of like oversized. So again, it's like I've been looking at men's and women's styles, and I've found like versions, I guess, of what I like, but again, I don't think I've settled on the one yet. I've also sort of considered the Daniel Wellington watches, but I think I like the Skagen or Skagen a little bit better. Now to sort of like random lifestyle things. The first is a streaming media subscription to Gaia TV. This was actually a recommendation from my viewer and friend Laura, who shared it as being one of her favorites. It's been a while now, 5 or 6 months ago. And it's been on my radar. I just have so much other stuff that I have a hard time keeping abreast of that I didn't want to add like another media source into the mix. It's basically like a conscious media outlet. You know, there's like documentaries on, you know, metaphysical things and yoga and all of the sort of stuff that I'm into. I thought I would just put it on here as well to alert you to them if you aren't aware that that exists. Kind of like slang for new age spiritual hippies, like I feel like a lot of us are. Okay, and then the last thing on my wish list, and it's like a perfect note to end on because it will dovetail into something else I want to do coming up. I would like to invest in a set of turntables again. Many of you know, some of you might not if you're new to my channel, but I have DJ'd since the mid-2000s. I actually used to have a set of turntables. I learned to beat, match, and spin on vinyl. But when I got to graduate school in like 2007, 2008, I didn't touch them. I think I was like totally engrossed in another chapter of my life. So I sold them. I learned to DJ on other formats like CDs and Serato and digitally and things like that. I still do have a bag of vinyl. I kind of want to get back into playing and collecting records. It's kind of come up for me in, I guess, the last year. For a long time I was very happy. I mean, I still am very happy using CDJs. And if I play gigs out, I'm not sure I would ever want to do vinyl because it is, unless I'm playing with people who are already bringing turntables and I don't like have to deal with lugging them and setting them up. Yeah, I mean, being like a working DJ on vinyl is a lot of work. I mean, the equipment is no joke, but I'm just talking about there was just a car accident outside my apartment. I heard it. So you can hear the sirens now. People should not drive and look at their phones, basically. I hope everybody's okay though. Yeah, I think that like having turntables and like a record setup at home is also sort of, I mean, it's just sort of like aesthetically almost like a design piece as well, I think. I would want to invest in techniques which are sort of the gold standard for turntables. And it's just, I'm kind of feeling like redrawn to the kinesthetic aspect of DJing, I guess, that you get when you spin on vinyl. I mean, it's very difficult. It's so much more difficult than beat matching on CDJs or Serato, where you have like a digital output of the tempo of the tracks and things like that. I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but it dovetails into me finally wanting to sit down and do, I think it's going to be 2 videos, because I would first like to do sort of like a music narrative video, like my relationship with music and how I got into house, and then sort of my DJ narrative, and then a DJ demo. I do have a deck that I could demo on. It would be hooked up to Serato through my laptop, but it's kind of simulates what turntables would be like on sort of CD looking decks. So you would get the general feel for what DJing is all about. I know that everyone wouldn't be interested in it, but I've gotten enough requests to do that kind of thing, and I'm feeling really compelled to want to do that this summer for whatever reason. I guess the time is just right to share that part of my life a little bit more. So I think that that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I would love to hear what's on your wish list, and if you have any recommendations for the things that I am being super, super picky about, I would welcome them. I guess it's one of those things where it's like the quest to find the perfect thing is in some ways more gratifying than actually like finding the perfect thing. I mean, it is and it isn't. I guess there's also satisfaction that comes from finally finding the perfect thing after being on a quest for it and then really enjoying it every time you have it or wear it or use it or whatever. I had thought that today's video was actually going to be my Beauty Heroes video, but I didn't realize that the first isn't until, I don't know, Tuesday. So if I get the information from Beauty Heroes in time, I might try and do that video quickly and have it up for you on the 1st or shortly thereafter. But yeah, that'll be coming soon. So thank you guys so much for watching and for being so amazing, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye.